Dolly Parton, the extraordinary life of a country music legend. Dolly Parton's life was anything but ordinary. From growing up in a poor family of 12 children to becoming one of the most successful entertainers in the world, her journey is truly remarkable. Today, we look back at the incredible life, career, love story, and legacy of Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton was born on January 19, 1946, in rural Tennessee, as the fourth of 12 children. Her family didn't have much money, but Dolly always remembered her childhood as being rich in something far more important: love, kindness, and family. Music became part of her life at a very young age. She performed on local radio stations and quickly realized that her dream was to become a professional entertainer. At just 18 years old, Dolly moved to Nashville with very little besides her talent, determination, and the values her parents had taught her. And that decision would completely change her life. The big break. Dolly's first major breakthrough came in 1967 when she joined the Porter Wagoner Show. Her partnership with Porter Wagoner helped introduce her to a much larger audience and eventually led to her signing with RCA Records. Just a few years later, she achieved her first #1 country hit with Joshua. But that was only the beginning. Dolly went on to create some of the most recognizable songs in music history: Jolene, 9 to 5, and of course, I Will Always Love You. That final song became even more famous when Whitney Houston recorded it for the Bodyguard soundtrack in 1992. Dolly's talent wasn't limited to performing. She considered herself a songwriter above everything else, because songwriting was her way of expressing how she saw life. Over the course of her career, she released 49 studio albums, proving that her creativity could last for generations. But music wasn't the only world Dolly conquered. She also became a successful actress. She appeared in films including The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas and Steel Magnolias. Then came the 1980 comedy 9 to 5, where she starred alongside Lily Tomlin and Jane Fonda. Dolly also wrote the movie's famous theme song, earning an Oscar nomination for Best Original Song. And while she collected numerous awards throughout her career, including 11 Grammy Awards, Dolly's greatest achievements weren't always found on a stage. A star who gave back. Dolly believed that success came with responsibility. Her imagination library has provided more than 200 million free books to children since 1995. She also established the Dollywood Foundation and used her success to support causes she cared about. For Dolly, giving back wasn't simply about publicity. It was something she genuinely believed she was supposed to do. Her philosophy was simple: when you're given a lot, you're expected to give something back. Her great love, Carl Dean. Behind Dolly's incredible career was one very important person: her husband, Carl Dean. The couple married in 1966 when Dolly was just 20 years old, and their relationship lasted for nearly 6 decades. But Carl was very different from Dolly. While she became one of the most recognizable women in entertainment, Carl preferred to stay completely away from the spotlight. After attending a public event with Dolly early in their marriage, he reportedly told her that he didn't want to attend another one, and he kept that promise. Carl remained mostly behind the scenes while Dolly continued building her extraordinary career. When Carl died in March 2025, Dolly spoke about the deep love they shared. They had been together for around 60 years, and despite spending so much of her life in front of millions of people, Dolly's relationship with Carl remained deeply personal. The legacy of Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton's story is ultimately about much more than country music. It's about a girl from rural Tennessee who dreamed of becoming a star, and then worked tirelessly to make that dream real. She became a singer, a songwriter, an actress, a businesswoman, a philanthropist, and an inspiration to generations of fans. Her songs became classics. Her personality became instantly recognizable, and her generosity touched millions of children. Dolly once said that she wanted to keep working as long as she could, and throughout her 6-decade career, she did exactly that. From humble beginnings in Tennessee to becoming a global icon, Dolly Parton's life proves that talent can open the door, but determination, kindness, and hard work can keep it open. And that is the legacy she leaves behind.